Hey guys, I'm Avesh. This is the 21st video of the .NET MAUI with Syncfusion control series. Let's quickly review our previous session before we get started. In the previous session, we learned about slider components of Syncfusion MAUI controls. We utilized the employee rating view component to create sliders with various combinations. We have understood numeric sliders and date range sliders along with range sliders to provide a rating for the employee. We did understand the importance of ticks, labels, dividers, scales, and finally we learnt about vertical sliders along with default horizontal sliders. We concluded the session by creating an interactive Cartesian chart with range slider. Please refer to the previous session before proceeding further. In this session, we will focus on the PDF viewer of Syncfusion MAUI control. PDF viewer enables viewing PDF documents seamlessly and efficiently. It has highly interactive and customizable features such as magnification and page navigation. PDF Viewer has an instant loading feature that allows us to load PDF files with thousands of pages instantly with accuracy and reliability. Lazy loading and virtualization render only the minimum required pages at runtime to reduce memory consumption. Virtualized page rendering renders pages on demand to help reduce initial load time when working with large documents. Magnification is another feature that enables the content of a PDF document which can be zoomed in and out by pinching or changing the zoom factor programmatically. The PDF viewer supports internal and external navigation. This enhances your document viewing experience. With PDF viewer, you can search for text in a PDF document and navigate to all of its occurrences. This method asynchronously searches for the PDF text throughout the PDF document and highlights each match. PDF Viewer allows you to add, remove and modify the text markup such as highlight, underline, strikeout and squiggle annotations in PDF files. They can be used to mark important passages or sections within a document. PDF Viewer allows you to add, remove and modify shapes such as rectangle, circle, square shape annotations in PDF files. They can be used to highlight important paragraphs, images or a block of text, making it easier to follow while reading. Adding lines and arrows allows you to add, remove and modify shape annotations in PDF files. They can be used to point out certain areas of interest and provide explanatory notes or comments. PDF Viewer also allows you to add, remove and modify freehand drawings or ink annotations in PDF files. They can be used to make quick notes on specific text or passages and marks or drawings to images and add handwritten signatures. PDF Viewer allows you to add, remove and modify stamp annotations in PDF files. Stamps are predefined graphical text that can be used to mark or signify certain aspects of documents, like those documents that has to undergo quality checks or audits. This feature also allows adding personalized images or text to PDF documents. Sticky notes is another important feature in PDF Viewer. They can be used to add comments or notes to specific parts of a document to clarify complex concepts, terms or ideas. Let's now switch to coding and add the PDF Viewer and its features in action. I'm using the same project that we have been using from the previous sessions. Right click on this project, manage NuGet packages, ensure to install the PDF viewer. I have already installed the PDF viewer. So let me show you that syncfusion.maui.pdf. The moment I choose, I have the syncfusion.maui PDF viewer package already installed with the version 23.1.36. Feel free to upgrade to the latest version, which I'm going to do in the next sessions. However, since I have the community license for 23.1.36, I have installed this package. Now let me remove this from the text to show you the packages that have included here. Now that we have added the PDF viewer, let's create a XAML file. Right click on the view, add new item and create a PDF viewer.xaml file. Let me choose .NET MAUI and choose content page and rename this new page.cs as PDF viewer.xaml. I need to choose the XAML here. So let me choose the XAML and say add. Look at that, we now have the PDF viewer XAML file. Let me go to tools, Android, choose Android device manager and start the Pixel 5 device. Let me switch back to the project. Let me choose, instead of Windows machine, I'm going to choose Android emulator and the Pixel 5 device. and once we run the application, we should see this new page. Now before doing that, let me go to appshell.xaml, copy this flyout item which we have been doing from the previous sessions, and change this as PDF viewer and choose the data template as PDF viewer. Let me change the route as well, copy this PDF viewer and paste it, switch back to the PDF viewer.xaml file, change the title, add some space between PDF and viewer, and let me switch back to see if the device manager is running. Now we have the device manager running successfully, so let me restart the application. Notice that the application is running with the PDF viewer XAML file. All these sessions we have been using the Android device manager. This time let me start using the Windows application to make the changes faster and to reflect them faster. So let me switch to the Windows machine and start this application. Notice that we have the Windows application running. Let me stop the application and start adding the PDF viewer and its features. Let's now change this layout a bit. Let me remove this label. Before that, let me say horizontal options equal to center, and within this I will add a scroll view with horizontal scroll bar visibility is equal to always and with the orientation equal to both. I'll explain you why I'm adding the scroll bar here right now. Just ignore it for some time. Now within the scroll bar, I will add a horizontal stack layout with xname equal to toolbar. We are going to create the PDF toolbar here, and hence I'm adding the scroll view. Within that I'm adding the horizontal scroll layout. Once the scroll view is added, let me switch to the Syncfusion toolbox and choose SF PDF viewer. So let me drag and drop the SF PDF viewer. Let me remove this label and drag and drop the SF PDF viewer just above the vertical stack layout. Let me rename the namespace to Syncfusion. It will be Syncfusion PDF viewer. Now we do have the PDF viewer with the name. Let me give a height request of 500 and let me say is outline visible equal to true. Let me also say show scroll head equal to true. We can bind a static or dynamic document. Dynamic document is something you choose before binding it to the PDF with a file picker. So I will prefer doing dynamic rather than assigning a static document. Let's see how we can do that. Let me now switch to the PDF viewer CS file. Within the CS file, let me create a method to open a PDF document. So I'll say async void open document would be the method name, and within this one I will use file picker type. File picker file type is nothing but our PDF file type equal to new file picker file type of. We need to mention the different devices and platforms that we are going to use in the file picker file type. Let's say you are running this on Android, so you need to pick it from the device platform Android application/PDF. If it is a Windows machine, you would say just a PDF as an extension that you are going to pick up. So let me copy the code and paste it to make it faster. Notice that I have created different file types addressing all the platforms that we have got, which is iOS, Android, Win and Mac. So once we add these things, in the next line, we will give a pick options. So the pick options would be options equal to new pick options, which will be a title saying please select a PDF file and the different file types. So let me copy and paste this as well from my other machine. So this is what is the picker title that we would allow the user to select a PDF file. Once we have done with this, we need to load the PDF file into a file stream. In order to achieve that, we will show the picker, and then once a user selects a file, we will load that file into a stream of object. How do we do that? We will create a method after this open document, and within the method, we will create a try catch block. Within the try catch block, we are going to load the file from a specific folder. Now I will create a document stream. So I'll create a property called property stream, which will be my PDF document stream. Now I need to create a name for the PDF viewer. So let me switch back to the XAML file. Oh, I've already given the name, but there is a case sensitivity involved here. So let me change that. And then you have the document source as the document stream. Let me also catch the exception and show some message if there are any issues occurred while selecting the PDF file. It's a pretty simple message to show an alert stating there is an error when we are choosing the PDF. Now we have the pick options, we have the pick and show toolbar, and then we have to invoke this pick and show method with the option. So I would say await. There you go. You have an autocomplete suggesting await and pick and show. Within the pick and show, I will pass the options. That's all. We have a method to select a PDF file from a specific folder, and it is addressing all the device platforms. Now let's switch back to the XAML file, run this application. Even if you run this application, you'll not be able to choose the PDF file or select the PDF file. That's because we need to create an action to select the PDF file. So within this horizontal stack layout, I'll create an image, and on click of that image, which will be a choose file option, we will show folder options for the user to select a PDF file. To create a PDF toolbar, we need icon images to perform action for each of those features. I have already downloaded the icons that are necessary for magnification and other stuff. Now I have placed those icons within the resources and images folder, and I have downloaded these icons from the free community source repository flaticon.com website, and feel free to download your icons and play around with them. Now let me switch back to the application and create the toolbar. Let's create an image button to choose a file. So I would say image button and call it as open file. Before that, let me create a label to prompt the user to choose a file. Once this is done, let me run this application to see the output. Notice that within the toolbar, we have this image icon to prompt the user to click on that to open a file. So I'll switch back to the code and give an action to open the image, to open the file folder. So let me say clicked equal to open file underscore clicked. Let me create this method, and within this method, let me open the document. Now let me restart the application. Let me click on this file icon folder to choose a document that I have created, and notice that the PDF is loaded into the PDF viewer. Now let's add more toolbar items here. Let's start with zoom in and zoom out. So within the XAML file, let me create a vertical stack layout, and within that let me add zoom in and zoom out. Right after this image button, let me create vertical stack layout. Within the vertical stack layout, let me add an image button and name the image button as x:name equal to zoom in, and let me add rest of the properties to this. I have added margin, background color and other stuff. Let me add a clicked event for this image button, call it as image button clicked. Switch back to the C# file, notice that we have the image button clicked event. Let me add a label right after the image button and call it as zoom in, so that the label will be displayed under that image button. So let me run the application to show you the output. Notice that we have a zoom in image and a zoom in text here. The moment I click on the zoom in, it will allow the user to prompt and select a PDF file. Now if I switch back to the CS code, within the open document method, which we are invoking on the open file clicked method, we are allowing user to pick a PDF file, and once a file is picked, we are attaching the document source to the PDF viewer, which is nothing but the PDF document stream. Now let me switch back and choose the file. Notice that we now have the PDF viewer, and if I click on zoom in, nothing happens. So we need to bind the event for zoom in. How do we do that? I'm going to say if the image button's sender.id is zoomin.id, let me change this x name zoomin.id, then we are going to increase the zoom factor by 0.25. So which will be pdfviewer.zoom factor plus equal to 0.25. Now let me restart the application and show you the output. Let me choose a file again and then click on zoom in. Notice that the PDF viewer is zoomed by a zoom factor now. Similarly, let's add other icons such as highlighter pen, eraser and other stuff and bind the events to the toolbar with actions. Let me stop the application and switch back to the pdfviewer.xaml file. To make it faster, I have added the rest of the image button controls for the toolbar. Some of them are zoom out, highlighter, highlight pen, eraser, strikeout, underline, squiggle, stamp, square, circle, rectangle, annotations and etc. So let me run this application to see the output. Notice that we have all the controls here. So let me start off with zoom out. Now in order to apply this action, let me choose a file and load the PDF viewer. And when I click on zoom in, it's working fine, but the zoom out is not working. So let me switch back and go to the C# file and add rest of the actions, which is if the image button sender is zoomout.id, we are going to reduce the zoom factor. Now let me go back and click on the zoom out. We need to restart the application and reload the document. So let me do that again. Let me choose a file, PDF document, and then once it is loaded, let me zoom in and let me zoom out. Look at that, it is working fine as expected. Now let's also add the highlight color, eraser and other actions. So let's say if it is an eraser, I'm going to say eraser.id, then we are going to say PDFViewer dot annotation mode equal to ink eraser. This is, let me change this to the capital case. And now let's also add highlight pen, which is equal to, if the ID is highlight pen dot ID, then we are going to add annotation mode as ink. Let's also change the border width for this to 2, and let's add green color as the ink color. So once we do that, let's restart the application and choose the PDF file again. Let me choose a file, load the PDF document and click on pen highlighter. Notice that we have the highlighter here. That's because whenever we click on a particular toolbar icon, we are setting that annotation mode. Now let me set the annotation mode as eraser. The moment I click on the eraser, the annotation mode is set to eraser. Or we can choose the path to erase on the PDF document. Look at that, we have the eraser and the highlighter working as expected. So all of these buttons looks like they are selected. So what we will do is, initially we'll reduce the opacity, and as and when we click that button or the icon or the image, we will increase the opacity of those icons. So let me switch back to the code and stop it. Once I stop the application, I'll create a method called private void and call it as reset opacity. Now in this reset opacity, initially for all the descendants or the controls within the toolbar control, I'm going to say if the control is image button, I'm going to reduce the opacity by typecasting the button and adding the opacity to 4. So let me say whenever we click on a particular image, let's apply the reset opacity. We'll also apply the reset opacity after initialize component so that all the button looks in a deselected format. Once this is done, the selected button need to be with the opacity of 1. So I'm going to add it here right after these conditions and say that, hey, for this button, make the opacity to 1. Let me run this application and notice output. Look at that, on initial load, it looks like buttons are not selected. The moment I choose a file, of course we need to, exclude this file from the opacity for now. Let's live with it and notice that the document is loaded. Let me choose the zoom in. Now the zoom in is selected, so it is zoom. Let me choose the zoom out. The zoom out is selected. Let me click on highlight. Now you can see the visual distinction that what we have selected. So now the highlight is working. What is highlight do? The highlight will select a particular document's code. So let's say in this PDF, I have this text. Now the moment I click on highlight and select this, notice that we get an option to choose the PDF color and it is highlighted. Now let's also write the code. The moment I click on highlight and choose that, it should automatically highlight with the yellow color. How do we do that? So let me switch back to the code and say equal to highlight.id. Then I'm going to say the annotation mode, is it highlight, such that we don't have highlight. Let me switch back to XAML. Yeah, we don't have Xname here. So let me add Xname for this button equal to highlight text. I would say if this is highlight text.id, I would give the annotation as highlight. Once this is done, let's restart the application and choose the PDF and notice output. Choose a folder and let me choose a text on the PDF. Click on highlight, choose the text. Notice that it is highlighted. Similarly, we can apply this annotation styles for underline, strikeout and rest of the things. Let me add annotation for square and show you how to select a box or a square on the text. Let me switch back and stop the application. If you select a square, I have changed the annotation mode to square. So we have a lot of other options for each of these icons. So when I look at them, there's arrow, ink, eraser, underline and other stuff. Feel free to use them and play around with them. Right now, let me change the annotation to square. Once this is done, if I switch back to the output, choose a square, you can draw a square box around the text. on the PDF. Once this is done, let's say we will add some sticky notes. Instead of calling this as annotation, I will call it as sticky note, or let's say notes as the label. So whenever we select the notes, we are going to add a notes here with the annotation mode. Let me stop the application and show you how we can add the sticky notes to the PDF. In order to understand the notes, we need to create a point where we capture the notes. To create a point, we have to create a tapped events, which means whenever you tap on the PDF or click on the PDF, that point is captured and stored so that the notes is created at that point where the mouse is located. To achieve that, let's expand the PDF viewer tapped event by adding couple of properties called selected point, which will capture the point, and the page number, the selected page number. To do that, in the PDF viewer tapped event, we're going to say selected point equal to new point. We're going to capture the page positions X and Y. And once it is done, we are also going to assign the page number to this. Now we have the selected point and the page number. Now, once we click the selected notes icon, we are going to compare that, and then we are going to create events to create the PDF note. Before that, we have to create the annotation mode as none. Once we create the annotation mode as none, we need to create a sticky note annotation and call it as sticky note equal to new sticky note annotation, and we need to provide a sticky note icon. I would say sticky note icon dot comment, comma, let me press enter, and I will create a test notes for now, and then we will also assign the page number. Sorry, let me change it as page number, and then after the page number, we are going to provide the selected point of the sticky note. Once this is done, we are going to do PDF viewer dot add annotation, and we'll pass in this sticky note. That's it. Now let me restart the application and try to create a sticky note. Now the PDF is selected. Now let's say at this slider point, I want to create a note. So I select it, and then once I do that, scroll towards notes and place it. Look at that, the notes is created at the selected point. I can drag and drop the sticky notes to any direction. So let me double click that. Notice that we have the test note. I would say selected notes, and then save this, and I can also drag and put it in a different position. We can also play around with different icons and colors of the sticky note. So let me switch back to the application and make this as, instead of comment, let me make it as a note and restart the application to see the output. Notice that the icon is changed now. You can play around with multiple icons and multiple features of sticky notes. Feel free to explore those options. With this, we have successfully learned the Syncfusion PDF viewer control. I encourage you to explore the other options of the PDF viewer. In the next session, we will discuss data visualization controls. Till then, thank you for listening and have a great day.